There's a great wave of energy coming in right now that's going to transition or transform many of us. And you're just going to have to be able to open up that visual portal, which is right in here, to see beyond the physical construct. Because we're changing so rapidly, it's not going to even resemble what it is that you grew up with. The world already doesn't look like it did when you were a kid, right? And that's just a precursor to what's coming next. We are in the midst of a great change right now, heading into uncharted territory as a collective, meaning that we are traversing one dimension for another, one density for another. This density we are right in the middle of, shifting into, is less dense. So the molecules will have more space between them. And that makes it easier to create. So you need to sharpen your imagination because it's our shared conscious reality. We all have a stake in it. There's no division. So, the fighting amongst each other over policy and things like that is just something you got to let go of. That's the old world, that's the old density, and we're moving out of that. And we need to just sort of float. Because as we move into earth changes and catastrophes, natural or otherwise, your ability to float will protect you from any harm or damage. If you're in the middle of rough seas and you're flailing your arms about, you're not going to be able to stay afloat, and you're probably going to swallow a lot of water and possibly drown. So what do we imagine it as? As that rough sea, or calm and filled with love and protection? Unless you want to experience heartache and tragedy and pain, in which case go for it. That's cool. That's your thing. Just don't get in my way or the way of the others out there who are really on their path. I imagine what's coming next without being too fixated on what I want it to be. If you fixate too much on what exactly you want, well, there's going to be cause and effect. So we need to get beyond cause and effect, which is very three-dimensional. That density is prone to disaster. And it causes, one thing hitting another, and bouncing off and back and forth. And that extreme density is what we're being lifted out of. Your imagination is the key to everything. Everything you see, everything you experience, everything you feel, it all comes through your imagination. That is your portal to reality. It may seem contrary to what you believe, but it all comes through your ability to create. What you see is what you get. If you can't imagine it, it will not exist. Now, the world we live in is a shared conscious reality. So we all have to imagine it. And there are certain liberties we could take within our own individual lives and certain liberties we can't. Reality is something that we all co-create, but we're all connected in this, so we're going to form a collective that reaches each and every one of us on a new heightened level of consciousness and connection and our ability to communicate like we've never known. Imagine yourself being protected, comforted, and loved, as you are loved.